a child like any other. From your time aboard the Zeramin 10-0, years before the ship was recovered, drifting dead in space. All her crew gone, except the children. This is who you really are. The children. Memories. Tenno. Forgive me. Dream. Not of what you are, but of what you want to be.
Hello and welcome to Devstream 138. It's a couch full of new faces today. We're doing a sound-specific Devstream, but there's a lot of hidden surprises in how we're doing this. We're going to talk about the next major Warframe updates from a sound design point of view. So most of the stuff you're seeing is going to be brand new content over the next two major updates. We're going to be doing live demos. We're going to show you behind the scenes videos. You're going to get looks at Proteus Powers, the next upcoming event. There's a lot going on. Are you guys ready?
Yes.
We're ready.
So we usually start our streams with housekeeping, and but because you guys are our special guests today, we'll do some intros to get everyone sort of familiar with who is on the couch today. Some of you might recognize, maybe not. Depends on if you watched our last sound stream in 2017 was our last one.
That was the last full one.
That was the last full one.
Yeah, it's been a long time.
We did the
that was at
million-
the old stream
It was
location.
worse acoustics, would you agree?
I would very much agree.
We value.
It's very much better now.
Big change.
Yeah, so we do what we can to appease the sound team,
Yes.
starting with better acoustics. But yeah, so we'll start with George, who is probably the most familiar face on the team.
Yep, I'm George. I'm the audio director, and I wish I could hit the ball on Mixer as well there. But
Oh, hi Mixer Chat.
Yeah,
There's a beach ball.
looks like a lot of fun.
It's actually almost at a 100 hit streak, so there you go. There you go. Yeah, so
Sorry,
that's George
sorry,
in a
sorry.
nutshell. He'd
Yeah.
like to hit the ball on Mixer Chat.
It's a
I'm
shiny
Jeff,
thing.
sound designer here.
Yes.
Yeah.
I believe people may recognize you most from a TennoCon video where you were growling like a cat.
And licking my arm.
Licking your
potentially.
arms. So if you've watched our TennoCon videos, that's Jeff.
Hey, I'm Carl Mattis. I'm also one of the sound designers. You guys saw me last week. No,
Yes,
that-
at the
2 weeks.
Million celebration.
Yeah.
And in the TennoCon 19 video playing a French horn.
Oh, yeah, that's true. Yeah.
Yeah, and you have done your homework and you're wearing a player-made shirt.
Yes.
Yep, good
Representing.
points. Just
Yeah.
make it. We're gonna keep score here. So right now,
Favorite person on the sound team?
yeah, no comment. And last but not least,
I'm David, also a sound designer here, and this is my first stream.
yay! So everyone, say hi to everyone on the sound team. And get
Hi.
ready to learn about Warframe's future updates with a little behind-the-scenes look. But there's one very important reason we're streaming today, and that is to announce the date of TennoCon 2020. So you guys, are you ready to
Yeah,
let the
I'm
world
ready.
know?
Yeah.
Here we go.
Nice. Wow. And funny story, David just finished the audio on that, like half an hour ago.
Yeah.
There you go.
It's
Thanks.
fresh off the
Fresh.
press.
So what
Fresh
you just
off
heard,
the
it's
press.
steaming out of your ears, there it is.
Yeah.
All right, so July 11th is the day. We will be letting you know when tickets will go on sale. They're not on sale yet. That is just the date announced, so stay tuned. We will scream loud and clear when you can buy your TennoCon tickets. They sell out quick, so we'll let you know. All right.
Nice.
The date announced.
Yeah.
Go to the website.
Amazing.
I know. Are you excited?
Yeah, of course.
It'll be, yeah.
Better mark it in my calendar.
I know. I think I'm busy that day, actually.
Yeah, I have to check.
Yeah.
Check availability.
I missed my friend's wedding last year.
Did you really?
Yeah.
Well, it's only a wedding.
It's always, there's something happening
Always.
around TennoCon.
There is.
I did that.
That was a-
Ironman after TennoCon.
You did an Ironman?
Yes.
Yeah, Carl is
Yeah.
Carl is a crazy athlete, by the way.
Yeah, so this is actually an athlete stream now. So
Yeah.
that's
well,
all.
he's the only athlete among us, but
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thanks for making us look bad.
I'm sorry. No.
That's all right. We are going to do a bit of housekeeping, and we will let you guys know that our mobile app, if you use it, the companion app, it has recently got a localization update. So we are working on getting in all the languages. I think we're only missing Korean, but we were working on that. And you guys can now manage your inventory. You can look at the day and night timer for the Plains of Eidolon, all on your phone. So there's been an app update, which is very exciting. Thank you for our team for putting that out. And additionally, we did the TennoCon date announce. So whew, it's out there. The world knows. After the stream, we're going to have 2 alerts as usual. The easier alert will be a built forma, so there will be a 24-hour forma alert up. And the harder alert will be for a secondary ribbon mod. So if you're looking for either of those items after the stream on all platforms, you'll have 24 hours to play for them. During the stream, we do giveaways. We like to give away 1,000 Platinum. We like to give away Ibarra Prime Access. If you watch, one on Mixer, one on Twitch, it could be you.
yeah.
Maybe it'll be you guys. Are you watching from your desks?
Maybe.
Cheating?
I always
Now?
watch.
Oh.
I want to win.
Have you ever won?
No.
And the drop today, as per results from our official poll on our Twitter, is the Cephalon pet toy decoration, which it has sounds, doesn't it? The pet toys, the little thing that rolls around. It has animation.
Don't
I
think it
think
does.
we were thinking about it, but I don't think we put anything on it because it could get pretty crazy.
Because there's no limit of how many you can have.
Yeah,
As we
there was
look-
discussion about it, but I don't think we ever got anything on that.
Well, if the domestic drones are any lesson, having 100 of them, 100, yeah, we'll talk about that
That's
later.
true, that's true.
But yeah, so that'll be the drop. Watch for 30 minutes. And yeah, we have, well, I guess we have 6 behind-the-scenes videos to go through, lots of stuff.
Yeah.
And we're going to do some live demos. We're going to show new weapons. We're going to show a hint of the new upcoming content. We have questions from the forums. We'll take questions from chat. And but before we do any of that, what we're going to do is we're going to take a look at a graphic our team made to give you guys information on the next 2 major Warframe updates. And everything you see today will be related to one of these. So, without further ado, coming next to Warframe, Operation Scarlet Spear. The Sentients have breached the Vale Proxima. Tenno's squads in railjacks and on the ground must link up in their operations to quell the invasion. So we'll be talking about that today. And then next, the Deadlock Protocol. The Corpus are attempting a resurrection.
What?
Yes, uncover secrets about their founder and end their plans with the new Warframe Protea in a newly remastered tile set.
Corpus founder.
Yes.
That is interesting.
Yes, so we have
yeah.
2 pretty big things coming in the next little while to Warframe. I won't give dates because that always, goes goes one way, but soon. So we're going to take a look at what's coming from a sound point of view.
Yeah.
So we got lots to do.
Yeah.
Yes, let's do our first prize. If you win,
right.
Carl,
If
Then
I
it's
win,
rigged.
then
it's rigged.
You gotta give it away, Carl.
Yeah, you got to give it away, Carl.
no.
All right.
I'm joking.
All right.
All right.
Trip 0420, you won on Twitch. And KB, is that a Bill? Kai Bill 54, you won on Mixer. So congrats. We're going to hook
I
you guys.
like that trip 0420.
You would.
It's good. It's smart. I
Yeah.
like it.
It's good. It's going to be good.
I'm sure he's smiling right now.
Definitely. You got 1,000 Platinum, my friend. Use it wisely. We'll hook you up. And yeah, Barrow Key Tier is here on all platforms. So if you want to get a mod that is a mod of Legend, Prime Chamber, you can get it today until Sunday. And that actually, someone pointed out that because Barrow brought it, it is technically going to be in his TennoCon relay as well, so we'll make sure it'll be there too. So if you can't get 3,000 ducats this weekend, you basically have until the TennoCon relay if you buy the digital ticket to do so, which actually worked out kind of nicely for people that were surprised because we were like, oh yeah, that means it's in the TennoCon relay now. So anyway, thinking out loud. All right, why don't we start with a question from our community. There was one question generally about what your what your background is and how people can get into the sound team. So just for a brief overview, how long you've been at DE and what you did before and where you studied.
Yeah.
So,
I guess I've been at DE for 14 years now. I went to college, studied recording engineering because I wanted to be a rock star.
you are a rock star.
Yeah. Oh, thanks, guys. Thanks. And then discovered post-production. Worked a bit in Toronto, did some television shows, commercials, some film, and then made my way over to games, and the rest is history, I guess.
Here you are.
Yeah.
I started here 9.5 years ago now. I think.
Damn.
It's getting close to 10.
Yes.
And I went to audio school at OEArt, which is
Okay.
here in London, and then
So you're
got a-
local
got an
educated.
yes.
Yeah.
Got an internship there for a year, and then eventually got hired on here, and I've been here ever
And
since.
you've just been
yeah.
licking your arms and happy ever since. It's
It's a
great.
prerequisite.
Prerequisite.
It's on the test.
Yes.
I worked at NASA before.
Carl's got all the jokes today. I love it.
No,
I love it.
I was like, why? Like, do you make like that would be such a
no, it was
superfluous.
it's a sound recording trip to the moon.
Oh, okay. Of course, I should have known, right? What did you find there?
Not too much sound.
hurt?
No.
No. Shoot.
No. It's hard to get sounds there.
Okay. Fair enough.
Okay, no. I'm from Venezuela, so I studied audio engineering in Venezuela. I was going to be a classical musician before.
Oh, it explains the French horn.
French horn. I played French horn for more than 8 years there. But
Ocho.
then,
Ocho.
8 años.
Ocho. Sorry.
Then I found out sound engineering, switched to more of the technical part, enjoyed more producing music. Then I found sound design, so I got into TV advertising, movies. Then I was like, I have to do more of this, so where? Video games. Of course, video games. Where is that? Canada. Okay, let's go to Canada. What's in Canada? DE. Okay, let's go to DE. And here I am.
That's great.
That's awesome. Last but not least.
I got my start, I guess. So I've been playing piano my whole life, and then I went to the same audio school that Jeff went to. And basically taught piano lessons after that for a bit. Got my foot in the door in Toronto, working on TV commercials, which is kind of similar to George. And then I met Heidi at a game jam.
What?
Yeah, and she was like, yeah, like apply, And then one thing kind of led to another, and I've been here for 2.5 years now.
Damn, there you go. So everyone's got a different tale of how you've brought Warframe sounds to life. So
Yeah, everybody has a different path. Yeah, it's cool.
Yeah, well, without further, maybe we should take a look at how that type of skill set actually turns into the sounds we know and love in Warframe. We have our first video from someone who was on the couch with the millionth follower stream, but you guys were nice enough to take some behind-the-scenes videos. Let's learn a little bit about how the kuba brahma was made.
Yeah.
Hey guys, I'm Willem. I'm going to take you through some of the work that went into making the sounds of the kuba brahma and the corpus reuben rifle. So I'll just show you the sounds that, all the individual sounds that are hooked up to the bow. So there's the draw. Then at the end of the draw, there's a latch. Then there's the shot. And then I also hooked up a projectile zing to the actual arrow. And then, of course, the explosion. The whole sequence together. Alright, so now I'm going to show you the layers of the Reuben rifle, and I'm going to show you the alt fire. So here's what it's like in engine. So you'll notice that all this sound gets kind of sucked out right before the big explosion. And we did that to kind of help it feel like it's an imploding kind of explosion. And the way that we did that is we have this tech called Mix Effects, and what that means is it ducks out all the sounds when one sound is playing, basically. So yeah, I'll take you through the layers here in the session. So here's the charge up, and then the shot. Then there's the implosion, kind of like the pre-explosion. And then the final explosion.
Oh man!
Yeah.
Double back-to-back video.
Yeah, fun fact about the rifle, there's a tiger roar in there as well, Willem was telling me.
For the Corpus Reuben rifle?
Yeah. So it's layered in there, and he layered in a bunch of organic sounds and some synth sounds. And
A couple tigers here. We have a couple studio tigers. It's no big
Exactly.
deal. It's fine,
Exactly.
really.
Yeah,
It's,
they're just caged up in the back.
Yeah.
And the bow actually, for kind of when you pull it back, he took some like cabling and squeezed it, and that's how you get that kind of thing. Like if you
Nice
Yeah,
creaking
yeah,
sound.
yeah, you get that creaking kind of stuff. So,
Damn.
yeah, sounds exist all around you. You just have to.
So for those of you who need like the dots connected, that is a Corpus Reuben rifle that's unreleased. So maybe you can look forward to it in our Corpus themed update later. You know, you might just keep pulling that image up, Dean, and I'll be like, it's in the one called, it's not this one, it's that one. And then players can know that indeed the more Corpus themed things will be in the Deadlock protocol. So that's a Corpus thing. You can expect that with that update. Along with, as you can see in the bottom, the new Warframe Protea. So why don't we take a look at Protea?
Yeah.
Gameplay. So, yeah, I'm ready. Well, first things first, I'm going to kill an enemy. So Pablo was on a stream recently, and we've talked about it in the last dev stream. Very gadget-focused, a lot of technical aspects here. And we are lucky enough to be joined by Jeff, who is doing the power design for Protea.
Yes.
So what's going on here?
A lot of experimentation right now.
All right.
So a lot of modular synth sounds, trying to get some high-tech synth sounds, and then some mechanical sounds. So I'm messing with slinkies right now. There's some shotgun reloads in there to
All
give you
right.
some subliminal kind of military sort of feel.
So
And,
because our kit is so focused on deployables and that tech thing, right now we're going to show one power in-game hooked up with sound. We're going to show one without sound just so people can really see how it brings the powers to life. And then we have a couple of videos of experiments that were ongoing with her fourth ability. If you're watching right now, you can enjoy her beautiful idle animations, which the animation team have been working on. This is all heavy work in progress, but that's why we're here, to show you what we're working on. So for Protea, what's really interesting about the way she's coming together is all of her waist parts, like her belts and tech kits, are deployable, so she'll go through different state changes, much like Gara with her glass. So for example, when we put down a placeholder name is just called, what's it called, one placeholder? I took away the messages so I don't see them. But you'll actually notice it goes away. So it pops out and you get these little deployables here. And let's take a closer listen.
Yeah.
So you get these little buddies.
Yeah.
So there's a
Yeah.
shotgun in there?
There's a shotgun reload subliminally buried in there, but yeah, it's not obvious, that's for sure.
Oh man.
Yeah, and you guys are getting to see, you started this, just a couple days ago. You
Yeah.
guys are getting to see it, at its very early stages, and frequently when we're working on any sound, it'll change throughout kind of the life of the development cycle. And so yeah, it's been great. Actually, when Jeff showed me the very first version to where it is now, it's almost completely different.
That's right. Yeah.
And you kind of develop it and get new ideas as you go along,
Yeah.
which is
When I
always
work on
fun
the
part.
rest of the powers, maybe they'll influence the third power, come back to it, and it sort of feedbacks on itself, and eventually finds some magic element, and then it trickles through all of it
Exactly.
and comes together.
Get your starting point,
Yeah.
get your sort of your gadget queen lined up, so that you can really, like when you're playing Warframe, and if you've got your volume cranked, it's so weird to see animations without sounds when you're on a sound stream, but you have a lot of work to do here. So how would you approach this entire power cast? The item gets deployed, it shoots some beams, and then after that, it collapses up and goes back on the body. So do you have to do an instance of sound design for each?
For each one of those, yeah.
So would that be one consistent thing? Is there a dynamic aspect?
So
to
there
it?
would be a cast portion of it for the first part, and then the deployable sound would have a burst on it, and then the guns would have firing sounds individually, and then their impacts would also have sounds, and then there would be a sound for when it closes.
Right.
So we recorded a skate sharpener, a hockey skate sharpener recently. I think it's going to work really well in part of that beam blast, so I'm really excited to try
Hockey
that.
skates in the beam blast, the Canadian is coming through. It can't be helped. It can't be helped.
Yeah, you always have to think about, mods as well, right? And so every sound that gets put in has to be able to work no matter what mods you have hooked up, speed mods or whatever.
That's right, yeah.
And so, everything gets put in pieces, right? It's not all one whole sound, which can be a challenge for sure. But then actually it's kind of interesting because then depending on how you have her modded up, you'll get kind of a different flavor of sound too, right? So.
Yeah, and speaking of having her modded up, duration is usually a big part of a lot of kits. And with the way her fourth has been pitched, it's the, if you watched the last Devstream, we showed a pretty work-in-progress version of doing a whole bunch of actions, and then time stops, you go back to where you started. So everything that happens in between there. So I think Dean's just giving us a brief camera adjustment here, but we'll basically, I don't know if it's going to work on the live build right now. We'll try, because I don't think any sounds are hooked up. So why don't I'll do it live so people understand the concept. So I'm doing my abilities. I have my sort of, I can do a bullet jump, and then I go back to where I started for the state change. So how do you design that from a sound point of view?
So on Monday morning, I proposed the idea of what if we could just capture the engine audio as it's happening, and then when it's reversing, play it back in real time. And our audio programmer, shout out to Jem, he's amazing.
Yeah, he is.
Yes.
He looked at me like, are you insane?
Yeah.
And now we have sort of a roughed-in concept of that might actually happen, but it's
We don't know if it'll
we don't
happen
know.
yet.
Yeah,
This is the
yeah.
work in progress stream,
We're
but
still
let's take a
testing
look.
There's hope, yes. So.
And then we have a second video.
Second one. Yeah. So
Yeah.
and the cool thing, we're really excited about this. We hope the tech is still, again, early days because it requires us sampling a buffer of the game, holding that sample, then reversing it when the power is over and playing it back. But think of the cool factor of every time you cast that power, it's going to sound different because you've done different actions. So yeah, we're really excited about that. It's pretty unique, and so we're giving it a try and seeing how bad it affects perf.
Perf.
So,
I mean,
yeah.
it's funny because you showed the Brahma before, and we've had to optimize that since
Right.
release, and we will continue to do so, pardon me. And I mean, we gotta get this right, before we launch it. That sounds awesome. I
Yeah.
think it's gonna be so different to hear everything in
Yeah.
Warframe backwards.
Yeah,
what?
why not, right?
Yep.
Let's try it. Let's see. So yeah, we're excited about that.
Yes. So we have, if we're, taking a close look at what we're going to be showing today, I have 2 unreleased weapons on my Protea right now as well. And I think in terms of the videos we have to show, we showed the 4th power ones. We have some fun sentient stuff to show too. But before we do that, why don't we take a look at 2 weapons that I have equipped right now. We're just on a low-level Earth mission. We'll hop in. This is a sentient weapon that's coming with the Scarlet Spear. So who's working on this?
I don't know.
Is it you?
Yes.
Oh, great. Okay, let's take a look. Now, this is, we're going to take a look at the sounds. The weapon this is not final functionality. This is just for Devstream purposes. So be aware,
Yeah.
things may not work perfectly, but dev build whip, top left, up there. All right. So it's got 2 modes when it's held versus auto. When you're scoped, you're aiming down sights, it does one thing. And when you're holding it, it does another. So what's going on here, Carl?
Yeah, so it's a sentient weapon, so we need to bring more of the sentient vibe that we are used to hear when we see the sentience. So as the weapon has 2 modes, it needs to have 2 different sounds and 2 different kind of textures to it, and, but at the same time keeping the sentient. So for this weapon, I got if you shoot the beam, you'll hear a lot of thunders in there. So my first inspiration with this one was to make the shot really wide,
Yep.
and then the beam more center. So it's like a thunder that goes into the center after.
Yep.
And for the beam, what I did was some crazy sounds, ideas. As I'm keep going with this one, I had some didgeridoos pitched down.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
I had some tape, rolling tape, like how you call it, like this.
For packing? Like,
Yeah, like
yep.
that is looping at the same time with some electricity energy. All of those three sounds together and processed with some tremolo, some flanger, it gives you this kind of organic energy vibe to it.
It sounds terrifying and distinctly sentient.
Yes, and to give more of the sentient vibe, at the end when you run out of energy and it reloads, it has the typical metallic balls that goes together like
Yep.
Here?
I hear it. Yep.
yes. So that brings more of the sentient sounds to it.
And then there's the other fire mechanism.
Yeah. Yeah, correct.
What's going on there?
That is similar sounds to the thunder, but more like super short sounds of it.
Yep.
Yes.
Yep.
And at the end of the last shot, you get more of the openness of the thunder again, with the metallic parts on the top of it.
Yes.
To bring more of the sentient.
Yes.
But as it keeps developing, right now the weapon shoots really fast, so we don't know if it's going to be faster, slower. So it keeps sounds keep changing with the development of the
Yeah,
weapon.
I mean, you guys have to be at the mercy of players that put on fire rate mods and everything. So,
Yeah,
like,
especially.
no matter what sound you make, it's probably going to end up
Yeah.
being 60% faster
Yes,
because
yeah,
of fire rate mods.
Yeah, what's the cheat? Like fire rate 5,000 or
Do you guys
Yeah.
do that?
Something ridiculous,
You have
yeah.
cheats on command for
Yes,
fire rate?
yeah.
Sounds about right.
It's always funny when you design a weapon that is really slow, like toof, 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 and it's really awesome, and then you see someone with the super mod one, it's like,
Yeah. There goes all the subtlety.
what happened to the sound?
Yeah.
Tigers are dead.
But
Yeah.
it's definitely worth mentioning that, Carl touching on an interesting thing there where, keeping a lot of the sentient sounds in the weapon so that when you fire it, hopefully it's reminiscent of their sound palette, right? And carrying all of that forward, which adds an extra layer of authenticity of the faction to the weapon, which is kind of cool, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I mean, we have a totally different faction on our hands here. We have the Corpus Gunblade, which was in the teaser image. So
Yeah.
this is our first Corpus Gunblade. It looks like a light chainsaw, but it's a gun and a blade, so it's pretty damn slick. Now, when it comes to melee, there's a different pool of sounds to pick from because you have different impacts. You have to do all the variant attacks.
Yep.
How do you make a gunblade sound Corpus when it's still a gun and a blade?
Yeah, so Willem worked on this one, and a lot of the defining factors of Corpus weapons are, of course, synthy and techy. And so he used a lot of, synthesized kind of sounds to make it have that, kind of high-tech feel, but then also mixing in organic sounds, and he actually mixed in an alligator into this somewhere as well. So there's always like
Again,
some
we have an
interesting-
alligator at DE.
Yeah, exactly. There's also a bird screech in it, a granulized bird screech. So he loaded it up into a sampler and granulized it so that it gives it this kind of like sci-fi high-tech kind of feel, which again is subtle, but you put all these elements together, and that's what gives the unique character to a weapon. And then, of course, just having to make it feel deadly, right? So,
Well, I mean, I could just play with this the rest of the stream if you
Yeah.
don't stop me. So,
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. Let's listen to it in action against not dogs. That's too mean. Let's listen to it against the Grenier.
No detection of enemy sensors.
Well, that was a short-lived Grenier. Sorry,
there you go.
Bob.
Jeez.
Sorry, bud. Sorry, little dogs. Here we go. Poor guy.
Deadly. Nice.
Yeah, it has a very distinct. Oh. Let's see if I can get him with my. Give myself some. Oh, I don't need ammo for a gunblade. That would just
There you
be
go.
foolish. Or maybe some energy. Get him with my silent blade. Get him. Oh, I missed. Don't tell Pablo.
Yeah.
Yes, all right. So those are, again, the sentient rifle, of course, becoming with Scarlet Spear, and then the Deadlock Protocol the corpus themed update, we'll get the corpus gunblade. So let's do a platinum prize, why don't we?
Yeah.
We have lots to cover still. So we're just getting started. Someone should do Law and Order sound. What?
Law and Order.
Alligator intern? Do we hire interns?
Yeah.
Like reptile intern department is very good. Very
It's
good.
just to say that we put it in there, you know. It's just so we can say it, right? It's like we use an
gator
alligator in the weapon. How cool is that? Why not?
Exactly. So Sogs has one on Twitch, and S Chimera has one on Mixer. Pretty
Nice.
cool names.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, I'm just gonna make sure we're going over everything here in due order. We talked about the gunblade, sentient rifle. Oh, we have a lot to get through, my friends.
Yes.
We have,
And a live demo.
and a live demo. Oh, that's
Oh.
that. What could possibly go wrong?
Yeah.
Actually, we had a question from the forums. Kylo asks, the sound team got a new studio, right? What can we expect from that?
Yeah, so we don't have it yet. As with all things and building things, they usually take longer than you anticipated, much longer.
It's like game development.
Yeah, it's like game development. But yeah, we're really looking forward to it. It's going to be Dolby Atmos equipped. It's going to have 2 really silent recording floors, because right now we don't have that, so it's always, we have challenges recording things. And it's going to sound a lot better, and so that'll translate into the quality of sounds that we make for the game, into the surround experience. And yeah, just overall better content for the game. So yeah, we're really excited about that. It's going to be really cool. It's cool to design something from the ground up, and it's funny. I was picking out colors the other day. It's fun, but
What?
yeah, they
Fashion
showed,
frame IRL? I don't know, George.
Fashion Studio.
Don't like
they
it.
gave me a palette and they're like, pick out your colors. It's your very own Fashion Studio frame.
Did you?
Colors sound better, George.
Yeah. Red really sounds like.
Yeah, reds, yellows. No.
Oh man, I wish I could hear colors.
Yeah, it's called.
Where's Trippy 420? You won the prize. How do we hear colors?
That is a thing, synesthesia. I think?
Yeah.
Yeah, which is really cool.
Yes.
I can't do that. but
Anyone
maybe
here
it's
can
for
hear
the
colors?
No, I wish.
I know.
I can associate colors, but I don't see them.
No.
Like,
Yeah.
You can see like, oh, that sounds like yellow, but I don't see yellow.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. This is the type of sound quality, you're like,
Yeah.
sounds blue.
bluey sound quality.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh man, this could get very wild very quickly. So we did some questions about Protea sounds in the forum, which we have gone over. Chosen Bard mentions that it would be nice to get more audio and visual, in brackets, feedback on when we're getting hit or damaged. Some heavy sound when a shield breaks or when we're low on HP, so we don't always have to look at the HP bar in high levels.
So this is something we're constantly trying to
Oh,
improve
okay.
gameplay-wise, and it has a lot to do with how many sounds are being played in the game at once.
Right.
What can we get rid of during a given moment to give you that focus? So we have some cool ideas coming, I think, this year that we can help improve that stuff for sure.
Awesome.
Yeah, it's always tough too because it's like one of those things where, it's been there for so long that you kind of subconsciously just know it's there, and then if you remove it, it'll be a drastic change, I think, for people. But yeah, I think there are always ways to improve that kind of thing.
Yeah, because there's really there's a lot of status effects that can really just hit your health right away that generally just play a brief sound.
Yeah.
There's the little low health beeps.
Yeah.
So
And then what do you prioritize? What do you want to hear? Without always hearing the same thing over and over again.
Yep.
So there's always a challenge with that and finding the right balance between things. But yeah, we're always thinking about that stuff for sure. So.
Yeah.
So another part of sounds that we haven't talked about too much is environmental sounds. And one place where better to showcase it and talk about something in development is when Operation Scarlet Spear. Did you just change the background to green when we were talking about sound colors? Dean, you're such a...
It felt greeny. in
Yeah,
there. Oh,
look
they're
at
blue,
you.
blue, nice.
Oh, now it's blue.
Cycling, that's all it's doing.
Okay, we're going to do a little Protea and go backwards and start again. Where better to talk about environmental sounds than in the upcoming headquarters for Operation Scarlet Spear. So Operation Scarlet Spear is going to be something that Dean can come on over to. Gameplay? Right, so this is going to be a new environment where you're going to be starting your Operation Scarlet Spear missions from. Can you move me a little bit, Dean?
I can just get rid of it.
Yeah, just for a second. We're just going to give a little hint to something. Ooh. So that's a UI component that has a role in the upcoming Operation Scarlet Spear. Okay, you can put me back.
You sure?
Yeah, okay. So this is a new environment where these missions will kick off from, and it's basically the HQ for what's about to go down. for
Looks so
Operation
good.
Scarlet Spear. So this is, I'm going to start at the top again and go slow. I just wanted to give everyone a little look there. And then we'll do, I kind of ruined the drama of that. But anyway, so here we are in our new space. And there's a lot going on here visually. So how do you approach this before release from a sound point of view?
Yeah, one of our other sound designers, Eric, is going to be working on this. We always try to make these areas kind of calmer, and so you notice it's very ambient and it's very kind of, relaxing and low key, as kind of like your space kind of a thing. So we'll be doing the same thing here, and I think there are plans for other things to go in here that I don't know if I'm allowed to say what they are.
Can you look at me off? What?
I don't know, things maybe.
What would Steve do?
I don't know. There's things in development, right? There's things.
all
So
right.
we'll see what happens. But yeah, generally it's more of an ambient kind of space, more of a chill kind of environment where you can just relax a little, take in the scenery.
I mean, this is
Think
pretty.
about life.
This is pretty grim scenery, George. What I see here is a bit ominous, if you ask me.
It is. It is. But yeah.
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 I don't know, what were you going to say, George? Now I want to know. Tell us.
Tell us.
Yeah. So we'll have, this will be the base of operations for what the operation will be, of course. Your operation link will be put to its first use here in the, and it's going to be Scarlet Spear is going to be a doozy, my friends.
Yeah.
So get ready for this in the near future. And it's going to,
Looks really good.
yeah, it looks awesome.
It does.
Oh, now we're yellow. We're not red.
No.
We're not red. Dean.
There we go.
Oh man, I'm just still walking around in here and Dean left me. Dean, come back. There's clues and things in here perhaps a player will
Maybe.
pick up on, but yes. So this will be, and let's see, maybe Protea can just hang out with, who can Protea? So when it comes to like a technical point of view, because these relay instances are a shared space, up to 50 people connect to them in most
Right.
cases. In this case, we'll see. For this one, is there a limit technically to how many sounds you can actually put in?
Yeah, I mean, we try not to overload it. One of the other things too is like definitely, idles and stuff on frames can kind of come into play. So we kind of tend to not put as much sound on that kind of stuff because you can have a lot of instances of that and
Right.
it can build up. So we try to keep it kind of limited in that sense. So yeah, it's usually not as in depth as, let's say, a tile set, for instance. And again, it's more of just to give you just a calm vibe, Yeah.
Tranquil, calm before the
Yeah,
storm,
yeah.
perhaps?
Yeah, exactly. Because then it's, you go into a mission and it's like amped, right? So you have a bit of that yin and yang, kind of thing. So yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
All right, Dean, let's go back to the couch and do a plat prize while I get ready to take us into something else.
Yeah.
What will it be? Are you ready to read the plat prize winner while I load into things?
Yeah, of
It's
course.
all you. It's all you guys. You
Okay.
can
All right.
do it.
It's all Carl.
Well, I don't know. Whoever goes first.
Ooh,
Oh, that's tough. Good luck.
IG Fancier,
Nice, nice.
1,000 plats on Twitch. That's Twitch, right?
Yep, purple switch.
Yeah, and ooh,
You curly us?
you see you.
You really
You
is.
curious? You curious?
That's gonna get clipped and it's gonna be amazing.
1,000 plats on Mixer.
Yeah.
Send us your information.
Send it. Send
Now.
it to us.
Send us the information.
Send us it.
Send us your information now. So before we come back to the gameplay, we have a video just to carry on the Scarlet Spear idea and the sentient threat. We have a video from Eric just about what he's working on.
Yeah.
Let's take a look.
Hey guys, going to take you behind the scenes of how we create these sentient ship noises that you're going to hear. I'm using a device called the Leap Motion Controller, and it tracks the motion of my hand. So as you can see here, when I move my hand, all of the input goes into this program. That allows me to track the up-down movement and the side-to-side movement. I then send all of that data to a synthesizer called Absinthe 5. In there, I can control filter cutoff, I can control pitch, and I can control sample length of different samples. What that allows me to do is articulate the ship sounds exactly how we want them and make a lot of different ship sounds from a small amount of samples. And here's how it sounds.
So awesome.
So good.
Yeah, it's really cool. When Eric showed me that, I was like, oh my God, we got to show this on the stream, because yeah, it was pretty cool. It's, you know, designing sounds with a mouse and a keyboard is one thing, but if you can actually have tactile feel of something, and it's like playing an instrument,
One second,
right?
Dean.
You get that tactile feel of it, and you're able to really give it more emotion and more I don't know, maneuverability that way, which is really cool and exciting.
And you can have more you can have more sounds because there's no like a straight line. So it's more because of mistakes of the hand, then you created something that you won't be able to create with the mouse or with a line. So it's
More variations,
More
So
organic.
it's honestly witchcraft. It's
It is.
so incredible. It's
thing looks
modern.
like magic.
It's modern day
does.
magic. Like you
Yep.
guys are working with. You're the wizards of the company with that. If you come over to my screen, Dean, we can just take a very quick sneak peek at what he was working on. Now, not all the sounds are hooked up yet, and there's a lot. There's a lot happening here. But with Scarlet Spear, there's going to be some. Not only will there be bug fixes for Railjack, there will be some new enemies. I'm not going to shoot him. We're just going to have this one enemy. It won't be 1v1. This is just to show you visually what's going on with.
Yeah, so all of his movements here, that's basically what you're hearing. And he's still got a bunch to hook up, but yeah, whenever he banks or anything, you'll hear a bit of that happening. All of that kind of stuff there. So yeah, it's still 1.0, but yeah, that's kind of the theory behind it anyway. And you know, again, trying to keep it with sentient feel, so very mechanical, high-techy kind of stuff in there, and then manipulating that to give it movement and shape.
Oh man, look at the way the lighting was hitting. Is that you?
yeah, it tells me to move.
Oh, get your lazy ass off the couch. What's going on here? This is sorry, that was aggressive.
Carl the Iron Man.
Yeah, I know, Iron Man cues only. So this is
10 push-ups, Carl.
this is just a test level showing so that Eric can work on the sounds with the agent while the design team, the art team, and everyone is putting together the big picture. So yeah, lots going on here.
Yeah.
Sorry, I didn't mean to call you lazy. It's an Iron Man thing. You wouldn't get it,
Yeah.
or you would get it. You'd be the only one that gets it. Jokes about Iron Man.
No, people got it. Yeah.
Okay. Cool. All right, I'm gonna hop out of here, Dean. If you want to go back to the, there you go. I wonder if we should do one giant enemy, sentient enemy in space with tons of little sweet noises.
Yeah. Yeah. There's always new ways of like reshaping sounds, right? Which is always, it's the fun of it, right? So it's always fun to just
Self-discovery,
yeah, self-discovery and that kind of stuff. So
Yeah, and we'll actually bring the attention. The spotlight's going to be on you now for a little bit because we have another video.
right.
So let's take a look at something coming that's a little more corpus in flavor, perhaps. Okay, so the Deadlock Protocol, it's Corpus. We're going into the first environment ever put into Warframe, which was the Corpus ships. We're remastering them, and that means new sounds. What's happening? Tell us everything.
Yeah, so, I mean, it's very interesting to design like a custom sounds for the Corpus because they're more like the hi-fi techie sort of sound design. And filling kind of like the spaces, the level designers give us these like props and nuggets where we can actually add sounds to it to make the space feel more alive as you're walking through it. And yeah, like a lot of that was highlighted there. We place all our sounds by hand, custom. So like every little sound as you're walking through is all hand placed.
You see in the little circles, that one view,
Yeah.
all those circles, that's all sound emitters.
Yeah, so it's a bespoke experience for,
Right.
for the gamer. We're here to make a handcrafted experience.
handcrafted
Gamers with a
experience.
refined palate can
Yes.
enjoy.
Yeah.
So without giving too much away, but enough away that people are like, oh yeah, we spoiled something. So at least someone on the team will get mad at us. That's what we want to hit, that threshold.
Yeah.
When you're designing sounds for some of the scope of what's coming with the corpus, what's been the biggest challenge in terms of maybe a new character entering the scene, or perhaps you have these existing corpus characters that have such a presence, such as Nef Anyo and Alad V, but we have another character that the founder of the corpus. How do you sound design for that, knowing what people already know about the corpus?
It's about doing something fresh, but then also keeping it in that style of the corpus. So getting all of that to fit cohesively together, because the game has been going on for 6-7 years at this point.
I've been
right?
working on it for 8. So
Wow.
George and I are in 8 now.
It's probably 8 now.
Because
It is.
I have a video from July 2012 of like the first play test. So that would have been
Hilarious. Yeah,
Yeah, almost
interesting to
8.
see that.
So yeah, and then I mean as well, using kind of the stuff that we know today to kind of make it feel more fresh, and just getting like more engine tech,
Yep.
right, to kind of help us do things quicker, better, fast, like all that stuff. So
Yeah, and when it comes to new
Yeah.
characters, especially speaking ones, a big part of it is in the actor's performance and picking the right actor and making sure that the vibe is there and that the delivery is there. Because if you don't have that, you can put any amount of sound design on top of it, and you still won't have that connection. So it's very important to get that right. And so for this new character that we'll be putting in soon, we're actually starting to cast for that character very shortly.
Yeah.
It should be interesting. Because we also want to make the character sound different than existing ones. Like he's got to have a different tone of voice. So
Yes.
so a lot will be riding on that as well. So
Absolutely. And I mean, so having sorry, go ahead, please.
It's a massive update of the remaster, because there's going to be new traps, new modes, new things happening. It's going to be refresh of the enemies. The old enemies, they are going to sound refresher. I don't know if that's the word. But
it is a word now. This is a Devstream.
Yeah.
We make up everything.
everything will be refreshed. So people that already know the corpus ship will go in and will be like, wow, it's a huge remaster. It's not like it's prettier. It has a lot of new things.
Yeah, I think
Yes.
last year's the remaster with the Jovian Concord, you took the Gas City tile, we turned it into a way bigger scope tile that supports a giant flying sentient boss among a brand new mission type with disruption. So you have a lot on your plate there. in terms of making all those things.
yeah, and making it feel different from that too, right?
Right.
Like we've done the Gas City, so it's like, okay, how do we keep it corpus but give it a different flavor and a different experience? And as you move from tile to tile, make you really feel like you're traversing through a space.
Yes.
It's very important to us too.
Yes, a space with 4 Octavias sometimes that's
Yeah.
creating a lot of noise.
Exactly.
And then,
Exactly.
So also coming with Operation Scarlet Spear update is something we showed last Devstream with a bit of, I think, placeholders, but now we can, if you want to come back over, Dean, and we're going to do a live demo here. So this is going to be scary. So this is the new MOA that you're working on, or have worked on and finished.
It's close to done.
Close to done, okay.
We might give him some more stutter or something like that.
Yeah. So this is the melee MOA. I think I can actually make him.
Okay.
Bill.
I see where you're going.
Here we go.
Hello, beautiful.
All right, now let's
Nicely put
let's
together.
equip this MOA.
Hey, just like that.
Go to my arsenal. Go to companions. Let's get this guy on. So we're gonna make a MOA live, guys. This would be this MOA. And then I think you have to, so you've made a new appearance. Tenacious?
Tenacious.
So how does one make a MOA sound tenacious, Jeff?
So this one is heavily inspired by Rocky.
I see, okay. In animation and sound?
Yes, and sound.
Yes.
So the other 3 are like the sensitive one is kind of softer, and then we have this sort of nerdy, really fast one, which is higher pitched, and then the aggressive one, which is just really barky. So I wanted to go in a different direction with this one, which is a bit lower in pitch and kind of croaky.
Okay.
Very similar to how Rocky or Stallone would sound. So
Channeling his inner Stallone. Yeah.
Rocky Balboa said chat. Yeah.
Yeah.
Moa Balboa?
Moa
I don't know.
Balboa.
Shit.
Moa Balboa. I wish I'd thought of that.
Moa Balboa or Rocky Balboa? What's better?
Oh, I don't know. We should do a poll.
Yeah.
Oh, shit. All right. So, how do we make Moa sounds?
So I've got a patch up here I can show you.
Oh, shit.
Let's switch over.
Dean's
wait.
doing poll first. He's,
Oh,
then we're going to do the live. Yeah.
Stream.
you can do that first if you want.
When Jeff first, we were first talking about what this should sound like, and he's like, he came up to me, he's like, you know what, I'm gonna try some things. I'm gonna use the Linstrument on it, and I was like, wow, this
And
is
to
pretty
be
cool.
clear,
So
Linstrument.
Linstrument.
It's a portmanteau
Yes.
of instrument and Lin. Who's this Lin?
It's Roger Lynn's design. Yeah, it's basically a MIDI controller that works like a fretted instrument.
Right.
Yeah, similar to a guitar. So I've got a synth up there on the screen, which is called Serum. It's a wavetable synth, or set up to be that way right now.
Someone said serum in chat. They already knew.
Yeah.
So I've got a little vocal sample that I've recorded and then put into that. And then it's basically a little chopped up vocal sample that you can
that's you?
scrub the playhead. Yeah,
Okay.
it's my vocal. It's my best Rocky impression.
Okay. All right.
We're not going to hear what that is. but
Okay,
you're gonna hear the
I
process version.
understand.
So, and then the controller is set up in a way to sort of map parameters of that synth, similar to how Eric did with the Leap controller.
Yep.
So you can see if I tilt my finger back and forth here, it sweeps the wavetable, and then pressure is moving that EQ on the right side.
So some of these are lit up blue and some green. Does it matter?
That's just a C note. That's more of a musical thing,
Oh,
so
okay.
it doesn't matter in this case.
Okay.
Yeah, so with this controller, you can also slide pitch. And you can, so when you combine all of that,
Yeah.
you try to get a performance that, fits the emotion. So if he's dying or something, it might pitch down.
Okay, kill a Moa right now. All right, get a
freaks
kill
out a
shot.
bit.
Fatality. He killed someone.
Oh, geez, that's
happy.
a tough one.
There you go.
All right, Chad, give us some.
I think you should try it, Rebecca.
Okay, all right, we're going.
See,
I don't wanna-
anybody can be a sound designer.
No, that's not true. It's very not true. All right, Chad, give me some Moa noises you'd like from someone that's never.
Yeah.
Wait, who's winning the poll right now?
Pretty close, but right now
Rocky Balboa.
Is barely
Balboa.
winning.
Yeah.
All
I
right.
vote for Rocky Balboa.
You vote Rocky Balboa too? I like Moa Balboa,
Moa Balboa.
but I don't know. All right, here we go. Chad, I need a Moa sound.
The front right in this area here.
In this area?
Down here.
Okay. All right. Moa's happy to see you back home. Okay, here we go.
That's good. That's good.
Sound designer.
Excited Moa.
All right, what else? All right, let's close the poll so we can get some more readability in chat. Someone says do the Konami code. Moa stubbing a toe.
It almost sounds like uh-oh.
Yeah.
That's cool. See?
Self-destruct.
No, you are a sound designer.
Self-destruct.
Amazing.
Rebecca has a hidden talent.
I'm
We
just
never-
here for you guys. He's talking to you. Let's see. Do a Moa meow sound. I don't know about that. Moa getting bugged. Fix it, D. No. I don't know what else to do. There's so many. I love seeing Reaper in professional use. Yeah, you guys use Reaper all the time.
Yeah.
Yeah, Reaper's great.
Yeah, hands up if you use Reaper.
It's the best.
Full set. Moa Balboa sounds like a lich name. I agree.
Yeah.
What's this? Death Scream? What kind of Death Scream? Wait, so is it only this side that is hooked
The
up?
whole thing.
It's the whole thing.
Oh, it's the whole
It has
thing.
different pitch ranges.
Okay, let's see.
See?
It's addicting. Like,
it is kind of. It's kind of its own game.
do Megalovania? I don't know if I can. Could you play a song? Can you do like?
You could
is
try to
pitches.
play. Yeah,
All
it is
right, let's
pitches.
see. Is it single input though? Like it only can do
It might be set up
Like
that
you
way
couldn't
right
do a
now. You
chord?
can do chords with it, but I don't think it's set up to do that right now yet.
Oh, maybe.
Hey. Almost
Created a new genre here.
A new genre.
This is the part of the stream where
Rocky
people are just like,
Balboa
what the
genre.
hell is going on? Yeah, stay tuned for my DJ debut.
Rocky Balboa.
So this is how you make MOAs.
Yeah,
It's incredible.
it's pretty cool.
Is it? Yeah. This is. So practicality outside of making MOAs. This is just like whatever you make of it. Sky's the limit instrument. Like it's like what that interface works for digital music creation, sound effects.
It's more of a musical
That's what.
thing.
Okay,
yeah.
so it is music, but
So in the other MOAs, I used sort of a joystick type controller with that spring back to the center. And
Okay.
I want to try something different with this one where I could jump between the pitches a little bit easier. So yeah, it ended up working out great.
it's incredible.
And you can customize it like to be the frets of a guitar, for example, or layout of a piano and all of that, which is pretty cool. It's kind
Is
of
there
like
anything the instrument can't do?
not much.
Oh man, guys, aren't we lucky?
Yeah,
It's a instruments world. We're just living in it.
it's
Yeah.
true. Yes.
Just wish it makes breakfast.
Oh, wow. We're having overnight with the instrument already. Oh, my goodness. All right,
The
so
best sounds.
Yeah.
the best sounds.
Happy Valentine's Day.
Happy Valentine's Day, instruments.
Yeah.
If someone just said it can't cook an egg in chat. Well, we'll find out, won't we?
Does it get hot enough?
There you go. All right, so
Yeah.
let's give away a wonderful Ivara Prime Access. Guys, an hour has gone by already.
Really?
Yeah,
quickly.
it's already 2:56.
Wow, crazy.
Yeah, so we'll take some questions from chat before we go.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to make sure we covered everything. But let's see, we talked about the Gunblade. We demoed the upcoming Warframe Protea. All right, yeah, we'll talk about a few more things. All right, Catechasius has won on Twitch, and Vutel has won on Mixer. Congratulations to you both. You both won an Ivara Prime Access. That means that you are now a lot more platinum richer, and your arsenal just got a lot more beautiful with Ivara Prime.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
Congratulations. They did it. Felicidades.
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 Congratulations.
I don't know. Oh, I just got a great question from chat. What's your most disliked sound in game that you've made, we'll say, just so you don't hurt anyone else's feelings?
I'll let one of these other guys.
I'll take that one.
Okay, yeah.
I absolutely detest the sound of the Phaedra. I made that
The
one.
Phaedra, the art gun?
Yeah,
Really? You hate it?
I hate it.
Redo it then.
Well,
No.
Let's take a poll.
yeah.
All right. Phaedra, you just know offhand.
Yeah.
All right.
That is funny. I don't know. I don't have.
Phaedra sound is good, all caps, says
There you
Arsty.
go.
How dare.
Some people like it. So
Yeah. I don't know. I don't know. There's a lot that I don't like, but there's a lot that I do like. So I don't know. It's hard. You got one, Carl?
I think, one of the sounds I added to the priest Warframe.
Oh, for Harrow?
Yeah, for Harrow. I think there's the fourth ability when it stops, it makes like a voice.
Yeah.
It worked at the beginning, but now I don't like it there.
Does it scare you?
No, it doesn't scare me.
It's nothing.
Scares
It's
me.
Iron Man. We already
No,
went through this.
No, but I think something different could be better. I always think about that sound, but I never revised it.
Oh, maybe one day. That'll
Yes.
actually be creepier if you revise a breathing sound and we don't put it in the patch notes, because it'll sound like it's alive. It'll be like, holy shit, did Harrow just start breathing differently?
Yes.
Could be good.
Yeah, I'll do that.
Yeah, let's do that.
Yeah.
Stealth fix the sound.
Yeah.
There. David?
I don't know. I can't think of anything.
You love everything.
Honestly.
Yeah.
I mean, there's different levels of love, but not a total hate sort of thing.
What a good way to live.
Yeah. We did.
Life advice on this stream.
It's funny though because the sounds you made a few years ago, you're a different person now. So you're kind of in a different place, and you've hopefully improved, and you've grown from there. So, so it is funny working on a game like this. It's like some of the earliest stuff. Like I remember like AK stilettos. I think I did those, and I don't really like the sound of that. And yeah, so I don't know. There's a few things. But
That's a good point, actually. Yeah, like when I first started, I got to help out with Plains of Eidolon before it came out. So that was like, I knew nothing about how to put sounds in the game. You just had to like learn it, right? Like then and there. And yeah, right now. And so like that stuff for sure was. But I mean, now, I look back at the stuff I did 2 years ago, and it's like a night and day difference.
Wow.
Yeah. So.
Yeah, there you go. Phaedra, something, AK stiletto. I like it. All right.
Yeah.
Okay, Rev, what's your least favorite Lotus line you've ever recorded?
Least favorite Lotus line that I've ever recorded?
Yeah, that one. Right?
That's good.
Anything
That's
that hurts the feelings of our players.
Oh,
I can't take it. Speaking of, are you guys working on any cinematics or anything for any upcoming?
Yeah, there's a couple of cinematics coming up actually. There's one that I just saw the writing for the other day that the animation team is working on, and there's another one that's pretty close to being done, featuring Lovable Era, I guess.
I think I recorded some lines a couple. Yeah.
Yeah, so he's in that, and Nataw's in that, I guess, and yeah, that should be interesting.
Yeah,
So,
and
some more
just
story
as a
there.
reminder for everyone watching, everything we've shown today, mostly new. It'll be one of the 2 upcoming updates for Warframe, which we can pull that graphic back up, Dean. Operation Scarlet Spear for the more sentient theme version, plus your Rocky Malmoa, and the Deadlock Protocol, which will be, the Corpus remaster with Corpus-themed weapons and stuff. So those are kind of the 2. We're not going to give you when on the calendar, but we are working to hopefully get them to you soon. But either of those updates will be coming at you. PC first, likely, and then our console friends will soon follow with what's going on in the Warframe updates. And there's a lot more we haven't shown. This is just the tip of the iceberg for what you'll actually be doing, and everyone working on it here at DE. We have, a couple hundred devs working to get these things out for you guys in the community. We love you so much. It's just past 3 o'clock, so we are going to wind down now.
oh.
The list has grown though.
I know.
Just even in the past couple of days, we've kind of refined it, and we keep kind of trimming things, adding things, and it's pretty big list of stuff coming up. They're going to be pretty feature packed.
Yes.
A lot of new stuff. So.
Yes, and it's something here. We're so lucky to sit on the couch here while everyone here at DE is working towards that, and the community. It is Valentine's Day. We love you guys.
Yes.
There are some things closing up for Valentine's, I think, in this shop. So make sure you grab those before they're gone, unless they're already gone. But they couldn't go away on Valentine's Day, so there's no way. But there's some time-limited glyphs, color palettes, little decorations. So grab those in game on all platforms. Happy Valentine's Day to everyone. Guys, this was awesome.
Yeah.
How you feeling?
Great.
I feel great.
Yeah.
It's great.
Did we go over everything you wanted to go over?
I think so. Yeah, I think
We talked about a lot.
we did.
We showed some videos. We showed some gameplay.
Oh, there was one other thing we could. Well, maybe not.
No? Oh, leave us wanting more. That's the George
Okay,
way.
well, we could.
What is
It's
it?
up the other sentient thing.
Oh, shit, you're right.
Yeah.
Don't go anywhere.
But we don't have to.
Yeah, no, we have
They
to.
don't want to see it.
Just brief, just brief,
They
just
don't.
brief, just brief, just brief, just brief. We'll do a brief thing.
Yeah. Yeah. So
Have it.
Yeah. So this we're still working on, and again, trying to keep it in the sentient vein. Trying to, whenever there's an AI, you have to give it an emotion and a feeling, and so, trying to convey that and make it sound like it's part of the same family but different. So this one will kind of be sing-songy and kind of be reminiscent of some of the old sentients. If you guys remember years ago, the first ones we put in there had like a little choir thing that they would do. And so this guy kind of has something similar going on. Still work in progress.
Yeah,
but,
this is from a sound point of view, keep in mind. So the animations and the design, that's other members of the team working on this. We're here to listen.
Yeah.
Here we go.
Hopefully it works.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, so some of you guys will probably remember this guy from a cinematic we recently put out. And so now he's a little more fleshed out here.
Yeah, so this is, again, the spawning, it's not meant to spawn in this tile. I just went here because it looked cool.
You can hear like the singing there when
It has developed immunity to your
he moved, which is kind of, again, relates back to the original sentient ideas.
And now I killed him, George. How do you feel?
Well,
Look, he's perched like a bird.
he is.
He's just sitting there.
Perched like
He's
a
just
bird.
chilled.
Lovely.
What's up, Dud? What's up? What's up, bro?
What's up, guys?
He's having a Keanu sit. Sad Keanu. Sad Keanu. All right.
Cool.
There you go.
Yeah.
All right, everyone. Have an amazing weekend. Happy Valentine's Day. A huge thanks to our sound team. Everyone in chat, give them a heart. We love them. Give them a heart in chat, and have an amazing weekend. We'll see you guys pretty soon. You know, streams next week with the community team. Big thanks to everyone at DE that supports these streams, helps with everything along the way. Everyone say happy birthday to Dean. It's his birthday soon. Not
Happy
today,
birthday,
but
Dean.
soon.
Happy birthday.
Oh.
Happy birthday, Dean.
It's soon, so
It's
not today.
soon. Not today. You can say happy soon birthday. It's Sunday. All right. Bye, everyone.
See ya.
Bye.
Thank you.
Thank you.